Hello viewers, hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the first video I'll be creating this year and I promise to make it worth a while. So today I'll be talking about something quite important, Google Ads quarterly report. Not just Google Ads, it streams out across other channels, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. As long as they are your own campaigns, this video is for you. Now stay with me as I go through this video. So last year, I was to move into a full-time role with a particular marketing agency based in the UK, and the first task they gave me prior to my interview was that they gave me some accounts. I was to prepare a quarterly performance report for those accounts. Now, I've done something similar before, but the method and the ways they're asking it is something I've not done before. And so I went to Google and I searched. Also went on YouTube, I saw several videos, but none of them adequately could give me a sample report that was written. I could not see any sample quarterly report that has been written before, either for Google Ads, either for Facebook. They're just giving me some ideas, but it didn't really serve me. And so it occurred to me that people like me looking for similar videos. They want an idea on how they should go about writing quarterly reports, hence the reason for this video. So if you can see my slides, this is what we're talking about today, writing Google Ads quarterly report. But before we move forward, I want you to keep some things in mind. I'll be sharing you with the accounts they gave me. I'll share you their performance, and I will explain to you. Actually, I will write a report live for you to see. So today I'll be focusing on writing negative reports. Most times it's very easy to write positive reports. When the account when it performs well, it's very easy. You can talk about it, write pages about how it performed well. But when it doesn't perform as much, I found it that it's difficult to write such reports. So the first tip to write a quarterly report for an account, and if you don't understand what I mean by a quarterly report, usually we have 4 quarters or 3 quarters in a year, depending on how the agency are working with divide it. When it's 3 quarters in a year, that means each quarter is 4 months. So we can say from January to April is a quarter, so on and so forth. But when it's 3 months, from January to March is a quarter. So if you are using the one of 3 months, quarter of 3 months, you're going to have 4 quarters. While if you're using that of 4 months, you're going to have 3 quarters. So the agency I was working with last year, we used that of 3 months. So January to March, we write a report. By the ending of June, we write another report. And so I was asked to write this report before my interview. And so they gave me, let me quickly jump into it. This was the sheet I was given. Sorry for that delay. I don't know why it's taking so much time to. Okay, so this was the report I was given. So this agency specializes in the orthodontics industry. So basically, they are an orthodontic agency for orthodontists. And so basically, most of the companies, I manage about 98 accounts. So we run Google Ads for them. We also are doing programmatic advertising for them. I'll talk about programmatic advertising later on in another video I will create. But do let me know if you want to know what programmatic advertising is. It's important to you. You can create a video on that. Although I myself just started getting used to programmatic advertising, so I still don't know so much about it. So this was the account that was given to me as a sample. This was the results for the quarter for 2021. Let me move this. Sorry, this was Q2 report 2021, and this was Q2 report 2022. And so I was to compare the results and create a quarterly report. So basically, when you are creating a quarterly report, you have to basically look the important things you should be looking at. First of all, you have to look at the clicks, the impressions, the click-through rate, average CPC. You have to look at cost, not really relevant sometimes, but you have to look at the conversions. You have to look at cost per conversion. In our case, we're using cost per lead, similar something, just a different terminology. Then also, you have to look at the conversion rate. Those are the major metrics you have to look at. The rest are not really important. So you have to compare these metrics and see what decreased or increased. So in this particular case, the results, so I was not given any summation. I had to make, if I come down, we see I have another column here. This column was not given to me. I had to figure it out myself, find the average CPC for this whole campaign for this quarter, find the cost, find the conversions. Same thing I also did in the Q2 report for 2022. So I will show you how I wrote the report now. So before I write a live report, I want to give you some tips for writing a report the next time. So if the account performed poorly, you need to check the searches, check could it be as a result of reducing search volume, reducing click volume, did the conversion rate reduce, did the CPC reduce, was it budget issue? Maybe there was not enough budget to accompany extra searches and conversions that could have occurred that maybe the budget was increased. Could it be a reduction in conversion rate? There are many things to check. So the first thing, you have to find out why the account performed poorly. Also, if the account performed well, you also have to give reasons why the account performed well. Secondly, we want to talk about the positive recorded in the account. And so since it's a negative report, even as much as though the account maybe decreased, maybe the last quarter you had about maybe 100 conversions, and this quarter you are having 70 conversions. That's a decrease of 30. Yes, it's much, although at times you need to put things in perspective. That's what I learned when I came on the agency. So a quarter is 3 months for the agency I was working with. That means if you divide 30 by 3, you have 10. That means for every month they lost 10 leads compared to the previous quarter. Now that is when you look at it at just 30 without doing that calculation I just did, it looks so much, but when you do it in that way, it doesn't look so much. I'll give you cite an instance. Let's assume maybe the previous quarter they had about, let's say, 70 leads, and this quarter they had 60 leads, and so the difference will be 10 leads. Now you on a whole, it's looking as though much is much. They lost 10 leads, but when you do it divided by 3 months, you have an average of 3 points, but 3.1 lead they lost every month. That is not really significant as much as it's, you should still mention it. But then when you're reporting the result, you don't have to make it look as though there's so much decrease that happened in the account. So you need to talk about the reason why the account performed poorly, but also you have to talk about the reasons why, talk about whatever positives was recorded in the account. If there's an increase in click-through rate, you mention it. Was there any reduction in average cost per click? If the average CPC reduced, you mention it. So you want to buttress, as much as you are talking to clients that this account performed poorly, there are also some positive we noticed. There are some good things that happened in the account also as well. Finally, you want to provide a summary, steps that need to be taken to improve the campaigns. You want to provide steps. So if you found that if budget was a limitation, you mentioned to the client, budget was a limitation, let's make some budget adjustments so that to ensure that your campaigns are getting maximum exposure, you're not losing out on valuable conversions you should get. Secondly, is there a need to optimize or review the ad copy? The ad copies may be an issue. Maybe you don't have effective call to actions and stuff like that. Finally, you need to search the search query reports to ensure that campaigns that are getting the right keywords, because at times the query reports, the search query reports, the keywords are not really optimized. And so in the agency I was working with, usually every quarter, we usually do what we call search query report, SQL. So we usually will go into each account, we will look at all the keywords that come up when that particular account is typed, all the keywords searchers are using to get across to that account. So, and then we look at all those keywords and then remove the ones that are not relevant to the account. The ones that we know that when the searcher clicked on it, this is not really what he's looking for, to avoid our budget being wasted. So we removed it because Google works on a click and cost per click basis, which means they click on an ad, they charge us for it. So we don't want unnecessary people that are not really interested in what we have to sell clicking or wasting our budget. So should there also be A/B testing with different ad variations? So I know writing Google's report can be challenging sometimes, but then if you follow these steps, it should be easier for you. So enough of me talking about it. Let me quickly jump into how you should write a report. I'm going to write one for you live based on this interview accounts I was giving, the one of 2021 and the one of 2020. So briefly, you could see in 2021, let me just do the comparison quickly for you to see. In 2021, the total clicks was 384, impressions 2729, the click-through rate was 7.11, the cost per click was 1.75. This was the cost, this is the number of conversions, this was the cost per conversion, and this was conversion rate. Now when we come to Q2 2022, we're having 371, the clicks reduced, impressions did increase, click-through rate increased, average CPC doubled, more than doubled actually, the cost almost doubled also. We can see that the conversions reduced. Conversions kind of reduced drastically. the cost per conversion increased, skyrocketed. Also, you can see that the conversion rate reduced. So, in essence, Q2 report was better. So I've quickly written a report that you could use. So this is how it goes. We have recorded a decline in your Google Ads performance in Q2 2022 compared to Q2 2021. There has been a reduction in lead volume following a decrease in clicks to your website and an increase in your average cost per click. The increase in average CPC caused a significant rise in cost per lead, thus reducing the number of leads. Positively, we've seen an increase in your click-through rates, which means when people are clicking through to your website after seeing your ad. When reviewing your generic keyword performance, people searching for orthodontist Manchester, orthodontist London, orthodontics Manchester, and orthodontists were responsible for the highest lead volume. Our core focus in Q3 2022 is to optimize campaign performance. There will be a focus on affordability in our ad copies. In the meantime, we'll continue to keep you updated of any opportunity to increase revenue as they come up. Now, this is not everything, but this should give you an idea of what you should write about. Also, there are some things you can add. Like I was working with an orthodontic company, orthodontic agency, a lot of orthodontic brands. So that's why my report is something like this. But this can be an idea for you. If you're working in an orthodontic company or any company you're working with, in the Google Ads account, because I was basically giving this. I didn't have a Google Ads account to work with. I was just giving this result, and so I had to make the best of what I had with this, which is why this is what I was able to come up with. And so if you're given a Google Ads account, at times you can segment by conversion action. Since it was an orthodontic company, most of the actions or the major conversion action that was important to us was calls to the website. So most of them, when we say book a free consultation, book a free consultation. So most of the times the highest conversion actions were calls. So we're tracking for that. Some other times we also other conversion actions we were tracking for, but calls to the website was the most important conversion action we were tracking. And so at times you can cite that when you segment the campaigns by conversion action, you can find out what went wrong. Maybe a particular conversion action reduced, and you can tell the client this was what was responsible for the decline in Google Ads performance. Also, it was an orthodontic company. So at times, some of them had different practice in different locations, and so at times, some practices in some locations perform better than some. So also, you can cite that as a reason. Maybe your practice or your business in this particular location performed poorly, or the reason why there was a decline in your account performance is because so and so practice in so and so location they fell short. They went lower. Why these ones increased? We also can talk about the positive. Maybe there's a last quarter in some practice locations, traffic was poor, but in this quarter it's better. So even if there was a decline in the account, we can talk about the fact that in these practice locations we saw an increase in conversions. And so that will basically be it for this video. If you have any other questions, if you have any comments, let me know in the comment section. One more thing I want to add is the fact that you also want to provide a way forward. So if you are having a live account, you'll be able to look at the budget. So if budget is an issue, you will know if you should recommend an increase in budgets. Also, you can find out if it was as a result of quality score. So most of the times, like I mentioned earlier, you want your ads to be above average. If possible, you want them to be excellent, but the limit is that they must be above average every single one of your ads. So I hope this gives you an idea the next time you want to write a quarterly report. If you found this video helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping more videos on Google Ads, performance marketing, and programmatic advertising as I go along my own career. So thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next video.